Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and this is the channel where I went to business school so you didn't need to, and today we are talking about Palantir Technologies and Sofi Technologies. In the first article we will be analyzing, it's titled PLTR Stock Alert. Palantir announces new partnership with J.D. Power, which is phenomenal news for Palantir shareholders, especially as they approach their upcoming earnings report on August 7th. The next article is titled, Investors Heavily Search Palantir Technologies Inc., ticker symbol PLTR. Here is what you need to know. So we're going to be going over their most recent earnings forecasts and projections so we can determine where the share price is headed after the earnings report and whether or not this is going to be positive or negative. We also have a new buy rating on Palantir Technologies, which is very good due to this overall earnings report. And speaking of earnings reports, we are also going to go over the latest news updates, catalysts, price targets, and earnings report estimates for Sofi Technologies, which have recently changed. So overall, this should be a phenomenal video for you if you hold either Palantir Technologies or Sofi Technologies. With that being said, don't forget to go and annihilate or obliterate that like button right now. Do it right now because it helps me out so much. Go and subscribe for more news updates just like this one. Don't forget to become a member of this channel for as little as 99 cents to support me personally, because that's what keeps me here on YouTube. I only posted this content here to YouTube, and your support is what keeps me here. And with all of that being said, don't forget to comment your thoughts down below about PLTR and how you think Palantir and Sofi Technologies are going to perform in their upcoming earnings report. But with all of that being said, I say let's just jump right into today's stories. Palantir Technologies, as you probably already know, is a big data and analytics company which serves both commercial enterprises as well as government agencies. Palantir also focuses on artificial intelligence as well as machine learning, which has increased their overall share price substantially thanks to their AI platform called AIP. Now, clearly, all of Palantir's platforms use artificial intelligence, but AIP is really putting Palantir on top of this artificial intelligence wave that we are experiencing right now, to where the PLTR share price is trading for around $16.60 per share, while bullish analysts believe after the earnings report, the company could surge above $18 per share, while more negative naysayer bearish analysts believe this company could fall to around $5, and they believe that's what the company is actually worth. So let's see who's right here, and we're also going to discuss the recent partnership with J.D. Power. Palantir Technologies, ticker symbol PLTR, is up more than 2% today in their overall stock price, thanks to them entering into a new partnership with J.D. Power. Palantir is expected to leverage their overall AI capabilities to produce more observation in the automotive industry, which is exactly where J.D. Power comes in, because J.D. Power specializes in the analysis and collection of more than 20 million vehicle transactions per year. So Palantir, with all of this data, is going to be able to crunch the numbers, interpret this data, and help J.D. Power. The president and CEO of J.D. Power even said this breakthrough collaboration will fundamentally transform the way the auto industry analyzes its performance and optimizes its go-to-market strategy and product offerings by pairing the world's most robust automotive databases with the most powerful analytics platforms. He goes on to say, as a result of our work with Palantir, our clients are now able to create unique insights that were previously impossible. So this is a huge development for Palantir Technologies, because not only do they get all of this data from a plethora of automotive databases, but they also are getting a phenomenal compliment from J.D. Power, saying that Palantir has some of the most powerful analytics platforms in the entire market. On top of that, according to the recent news release, J.D. Power has already begun developing critical solutions using Palantir's Foundry platform, and that's the platform that they give to their commercial clients, while their Gotham platform is used more for government agencies. So with all of this data, Palantir is going to be able to provide repair analytics, monitor various warranty costs, and flag areas which will likely require additional original equipment manufacturing attention regarding various parts or policies. The CEO and co-founder of Palantir Technologies said this about the partnership, where he says that the automotive industry is at a critical inflection point as artificial intelligence and other forces continue to transform the industry. He goes on to say that JD Power sets itself apart as a pioneer in data-driven intelligence and delivering lasting value for its customers. Now, what does this have to do with their upcoming earnings report? Well, honestly, this collaboration is not going to impact this earnings report, but it will impact the next earnings report, which should be rather positive. If you don't know, Palantir Technologies is set to release their earnings report on August 7th. And investors are buying this company in anticipation for their earnings report. For instance, the company's share price has already surged by around 17.1% over the past month versus that of the returns of the S&P 500, which has returned approximately around 4%. So Palantir is crushing other investments right now, which we already discussed in a previous video where I said that Palantir is one of the best stocks to buy on the stock market right now, and that was back when the company was trading between $6 to $9. Palantir right now, for their upcoming earnings report, is expected to post earnings on the positive side of 5 cents per share for their EPS, representing a year-over-year change of, get a load of this, over 600%. Luckily, analysts over the last 30 days have not changed their overall estimates for this phenomenal earnings projection, and in total, their EPS is supposed to come in at 21 cents per share, representing over a 250% increase year over year. And again, over the last 30 days, these projections and estimates have remained unchanged, which is very good. We also know that for the next fiscal year, their earnings is supposed to grow to 25 cents per share for their EPS, which would equate to around a 19.1% change. So clearly, it's going to be this earnings report this year, which is going to be the phenomenal record-breaking report. However, next year, it seems that their growth is going to somewhat slow a little bit. But again, these estimates have remained unchanged as of right now, which is good. That's exactly what we want to hear. Now, what's really good is that people underestimate Palantir Technologies. And how they do this is that Zacks Rank actually has a 2 rating for this company, which is a buy rating, meaning that they want investors to buy this company right now at their current share price. However, I do want to push back on this. If you know me, I have a hold rating for this company because I do believe, according to their accounting ratios, which I have dissected in previous videos and analyzed, that they are trading at a premium right now, which is disconnected from their overall growth rates, and that is something to pay attention to because that means a pullback in their overall share price is imminent. Now, we don't know as of right now if this pullback is going to happen during their pre-anticipatory run before their earnings report or happen after their earnings report. But what it looks like right now is it seems that the company will pull back after the earnings report, after it initially surges based off of this phenomenal news, and then it's going to pull back, giving investors a phenomenal buying opportunity at that time to both sell high and then rebuy when it's low in regards to their overall share price. And that's the strategy I am currently implementing. But again, don't just do what I do, always make sure to do your own research. But overall, it looks like Palantir has had a phenomenal year during 2023, and the growth, according to this article, is just getting started, even though we can anticipate the growth to slow down slightly in the next year. However, the good news is I would actually say that their next year's revenues are anticipated to increase slightly, because in this article we went over their earnings per share, but in regards to their overall revenue that they're bringing in, their revenue is supposed to come in between around 12 to 16% for a CAGR, but next year it's supposed to be slightly higher. So I would say that is a pretty good development and positive news for Palantir Technologies. I can't wait for their August 7th earnings report, and of course, once that comes out, I will analyze that as well, so you all can stay informed. Now let's jump over to a fintech company or a financial technology company that operates as a digital bank, and it's none other than Sofi Technologies, ticker symbol SOFI. Sofi stock currently trades right now for around $9.55, while a very bullish analysts believe it could surge up to $14 over the next 12 months, while on the other hand, analysts believe the company could fall to around $3 because they're trading more as a technology company based off of their accounting ratios rather than a bank. And there's a huge conversation to have there in regards to how we should properly value this company, but let's set that aside for now and focus on their upcoming earnings report, which is going to be sooner than Palantir Technologies, coming in on July 31st. Sofi Technologies currently is expected to deliver a year-over-year increase in their earnings and their revenues. So right now, professionals are actually forecasting that Sofi Technologies will beat on their overall revenue estimates and their earnings per share estimates, which could be phenomenal for their overall share price. However, clearly if they miss on their revenue and earnings, even if they miss on their projections, this could be pretty negative for the overall stock price. But I don't think that's actually going to happen, and here's why. The company currently is expected to post a quarterly loss of 6 cents per share, so negative 6 cents per share for their EPS in their upcoming report, which would actually equate to over a 50% year-over-year change, which is very positive. On top of that, their revenues are supposed to come in at around $474.6 million, representing a 30.9% increase from the same quarter a year ago, which again is very positive. However, there is a catch here, because according to the consensus EPS or earnings per share estimates, this has actually been revised by around 18.92% lower over the past 30 days, meaning that analysts have lowered their overall projections, meaning that SoFi Technologies may not beat in regards to their earnings report, which could be negative for the overall company. However, I actually view this in the opposite sense. Since they have lowered the expectations for SoFi in regards to their earnings per share, this makes it easier for SoFi to beat on this overall estimation of their earnings per share. Similarly to Palantir Technologies, Zacks Rank has also given a rating for SoFi stock, but instead of a 2 rating, they give it a 3 rating, which would be a hold rating on SoFi Technologies leading up to their overall earnings report. However, the author goes on to say that he thinks that SoFi, despite having a hold rating on this company, he thinks that they are most likely going to beat on their consensus earnings per share estimate. He said that it's worth taking a look at the surprise history of SoFi Technologies' past earnings reports. So essentially, he's saying that if you look at the history of their earnings report and how many times they beat their overall projections, it's more often than not that they actually beat the overall estimates by professionals. And he even backs this up with data, which I appreciate. He says over the last 4 quarters, the company has beaten on their consensus earnings per share estimates 3 times out of 4. So literally 75% of the time, SoFi Technologies has beat on their overall earnings projections, which is very good. And although they lowered their overall earnings projections by 18.92% according to analysts and professionals, this would make it easier for SoFi to have an earnings beat in that regard. So with that being said, I think they are anticipated to have a very positive earnings report, especially in regards to their revenue, and this author thinks that they are going to beat on their overall earnings expectations based on the estimate going lower and on their history of beating earnings. SoFi Technologies is also supposed to become profitable before the end of the year, meaning that even if their earnings per share is bad in this quarter, the next quarter or the quarter after is going to be phenomenal in regards to their earnings. Therefore, SoFi Technologies remains a compelling earnings beat candidate for their upcoming earnings report on July 31st. So the 2 main takeaways you want to know from SoFi Technologies as well as Palantir Technologies is that they both have earnings reports coming up. SoFi's is going to be on July 31st and Palantir is going to be on August 7th. Palantir Technologies is going to experience major stock price volatility leading up and after their overall earnings report, while SoFi Technologies seems to have a leg up in this overall regard to increase on their overall share price. But we are going to have to wait and see what these companies actually bring in regards to their earnings report. So for more news updates, analysis, catalysts, and price targets for these companies, don't forget to go and annihilate that like button. Support me personally by becoming a member because that's what keeps me here on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you are new for more updates just like this one. And with that being said, I will see you in the next YT video.